Hey everyone, today is all about flowers. We're going to be making a whole bunch of different flowers that you can put on your columns, your arches, for your centerpieces. I'm going to show you about 5 or 6 different types of designs or different types of flowers that you could use for hopefully anything that you like. So stay tuned, watch the whole video, and I hope you like it. We're going to be making some cool flowers with hearts. We're going to use 5-inch rounds. We're going to use 5-inch hearts. We're going to be using 11-inch rounds, and then we're also going to be using, oopsie, I think these are 11-inch geo blossoms, which are really cool. So let's get started. First one I want to show you is a real simple, super simple flower that you can stick on your arch or column or even for a centerpiece, and that's going to consist of 4 balloons. Well, you're going to start off with a duplet, which you're going to take 2 5-inch rounds, and you're going to tie them together, and take another 2 5-inch rounds and tie those together. And then all we're going to do is make a quad. So you're going to go ahead and marry them. And this is the basis of your flower. If you look, it almost looks like a flower. And all you have to do is blow up a 5-inch round, and you're going to blow this up like only about a few inches. And then the other end, I only blew up like 1 inch. And that just sort of has an anchor point. And it's nice because, well, I'll show you what happens. So you take these two, you tie them together, like I said, and all we're going to do is just add them right to the middle. Alright, I'm just going to twist this one and this one just so it's more secure. And if you see, I have the little balloon in the back and the big one, the bigger one in the front. There you go. There's your nice balloon flower, okay? The reason why I blew this up small is so I could stick it on a column, or an arch somewhere, and it's not going to be protruding and sticking out. So if you're going to be attaching it to an arch or column, you always want to make sure this is a little bit smaller so it's flush to wherever you want to attach that to. Okay? Now, you're not done with the flower until, well, you can keep it like this. This is fine. But if you want to make it a little bit extra nicer, you can go ahead and start add like the leaves, or the stem. So the way you're going to do that is I have something called a 160 here, and it's a type of balloon animal. You'd see those. The normal ones is 260. That means it's 2 inches wide by 60 inches long. The 160 is 1 inch wide and 60 inches long, and we're going to use that one. Okay. So you're going to get your balloon pump. Okay. Now a quick thing on balloon pumps. This is a Qualitex balloon pump. It's a double action pump, which means when you pull out, air is going to go into the balloon, and when you push down, air is going to go into the balloon. What's really nice about this one too, it has a better grip. I'm going to show you real quick another one which works fine, but it starts hurting your hands after you blow them up a lot. And for the same, almost for like a few dollars more, Qualitex is the one to use. Sorry, I had to go off camera there for a second. All right, this one I believe you can buy at Target for like $5. It works. It's great. I don't work for Qualitex at all, but I just to make it easier for you guys. If you look, this is more anatomically correct, and it just feels better on your hands when you're pumping up the balloon. So if you plan on doing this more than just for one job, one quick DIY project, I suggest you get the Qualitex pump. I'll put a description in the area, description of the item in the description below. I think they sell them for Amazon for like $10, so definitely worth your investment there. But again, you can still use this one if you like. All right, so back to the balloon. We're going to make a curlicue or a swirly, okay? So I'm going to go ahead, and the first thing you want to do is pump up your balloon all the way. Now with the 160s, it's a real pain in the butt. You really want to get it's a pain to get the nozzle over the pump. And I'll show you a trick for that too. But so you're going to go ahead and blow it up all the way. And what you're doing right now is you're stretching out the balloon. Okay, and then you're going to wrap it around your finger here. And then we're going to go ahead and pump it up again. I could just get it on there right. And something that looks a little crazy like that. Let a little bit of air out and tie it. I also show you how to make a nice curly cue There's a video I make, and there's a couple other people that show you how to do it as well. But here's your leaves for your stem, and all you got to do is take this nozzle here and tie it in, or wrap it around a bunch of times, and there you have the start of your balloon flower. Okay, that's the easy one. Now, if you want to make it a little bit nicer, you're gonna go ahead and add another balloon. So if you take I don't have any more yellows. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and pop this one. All you gotta do is add another balloon to your quad. Okay, which I'm gonna do right now. And I'm just gonna twist it in. You're probably better off tying it to one of the other nozzles. But I'm just for example, once it's in there, if you add that, it becomes a 5-petal flower, and it looks a lot nicer. So if you're in a rush and you want to go simple, you can, but hey, you know, this is your party, this is a party you're doing for somebody else, you want to make the extra money, put the extra leaf in there, and you can see it totally makes a big difference, okay? Now, so, you did a 4-petal flower, we got a 5-petal flower, looks really nice, right? But we're going to make it even better now. Now, I'm going to take this 160 out here. It didn't come out that nice, the way it wrapped around, because you should use the other techniques, how I show you how to make the 260 there. Also, real quick, I think it's over here. No. Basically, they make a pump for the 160s. The 160s are just a little bit thinner. You don't have to use 160s. You can always use 260s. And so but if you're going to be using a lot of 160s, I suggest getting you the pump. It has a smaller end piece here, so it fits on the 160 a lot easier. But anyway, so let's go ahead, and now we have this one type of flower which you could use, which is fine. Okay, see, looks fine. And if you could add that to a 11-inch balloon, so we're going to go ahead and blow up 5 11-inch balloons now. If you're using a hand pump, it takes a lot longer. And if you're doing this for a living or you want to make it on a side job, I suggest you getting an electric inflator. They're pretty cheap out there, $40, $50 you can get one. The ones that are a little more expensive last a lot longer. But again, I always put everything in the description area, so you'll see everything there. Look there, that's it, last time I'm going to say it. But blow up our balloons to about roughly 10 inches. That's almost full because this is an 11-inch balloon, okay? We're going to blow up 5 of those. We're going to make a quad. And then we're going to go ahead and tie our 5th balloon to the quad. Now, if we straighten that out, you have your 5 there. Now these can be a little tricky. If you see, if I let go for a second, it's going to go back to normal. So we definitely need to have an anchor point for that. Alright, so basically you see how we made this 5-inch balloon and we did the little one on the back. This one's going to need to be bigger. And that's what's going to hold it in place so this doesn't keep popping out and looking like that. So what we'll do here is, I'm going to go ahead and take this, we've got to leave that one in here. I am going to take apart one of these. And I'll show you what I mean. Ideally what you're going to want to have is a green on this side and a green on that side so it matches, okay? But I'm just going to go ahead for demonstration purposes, I'm going to go ahead and attach that to the back. Alright, so we have our flower and on the back we have our anchor point. Typically this would be green so it would actually match the front part here. And all we're going to do is go between any 2 balloons. We're going to have this side, just this one balloon is going to be on the one side, and then all your 5 balloons of the green is going to be on the other side. So go ahead and straighten it out. So I'll straighten it out for you. So basically, I'm going to go ahead and take this and put it between any 2 balloons. It's a little tricky. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm just going to wrap it around one of the balloons. Okay. Once you have it wrapped around and you have the one all the balloons on one side and the other balloon on the other. I'm going to put it back on the table and flatten the whole, all the red ones out. Once you have it flattened out, you can go ahead and rearrange it the way it should be. And all you're doing is making sure that the yellow stays, each yellow stays in between two reds. So this yellow is between these two reds, this yellow is between these two, and so forth. And you're going to go around the horn that way, straighten it out, and there you have a beautiful flower. This could be attached to an arch, a column. If you fill this up with helium, it will float. But if you do that, I suggest you do the same exact thing on the other side, and you would actually make another 5 balloons, a quad plus one, and you would actually go ahead and twist it around this one, which would be green, and you'd actually have the same side, the same flower on both sides. But we're not finished. We're going to go ahead and take a 260. Okay, we're going to blow that all the way up and make a curlicue. So the way you make a curlicue, check out one of my other videos, you just take YouTube search curlicue swirly, and I show you how to do it, and I'm sure there's a couple other videos on how to do the swirly. And you can take a curlicue and go ahead and just wrap that around one of these balloons here. And you have a nice balloon flower. Okay? That's one way, that's another flower. Okay? So what we went over the easy one, the 5 petal. Now we have the bigger one, which can float with helium. Now let's go ahead and show you how to make a heart flower. Okay? All you need is, to start, is 4 5-inch heart balloons. Blow those up. Let me go use my pump here. Okay, about 4 pumps. And I'm going to blow up 4 of those. Okay, the second one you never really have to tie, because what you're going to do is tie these two together. Make sure they're the same size. Tie them together. You're going to do that again. You can use your pump or use your mouth. Making sure they're all the same size. Tie them together. And then the same way we made the other heart with the 5-inch round, you're just going to marry them. And the heart gives it a nice cool shape for a flower, I think, anyway. And there's your base, okay? What we're going to do is take 2 5-inch rounds, tie those together, and then use it as a center. And here's your balloon heart, okay? Very simple. I like a 5-petal flower, so I would add 1 more, if you like, to make it a little bit nicer. Again, if you're not in a rush. Tie that, and then I'm going to tie that to the center, to the nozzles in the center. And then once you straighten that out, you can put the yellow on one side and the other. And then you have something that looks like that. Now you could add a curlicue to this and make it look really nice. And you can even add this to the 11-inch rounds. Let me show you. Okay. So you have this guy, and you do the same thing. So you're just going to go ahead and take this yellow, the other side, and wrap it around the balloon. And straighten it all out. There you have it, a flower balloon arch. The next flower I'm going to show you is a 6-petal flower using 2 260s. Very popular, been done plenty of times before, but it's nice to have in your arsenal. Okay, so what you're going to do is blow up the, you pick a color of your choice. This is a 260. Blow it all the way. Oops, if you can, use your balloon pump. Okay, And then I'm going to go ahead and let some air out. Pull on it, stretch it, let a little bit of air out. That's going to make it more pliable. I'm going to tie that together. Then all you do is you pull on it, that's your halfway mark, and you roll it with your finger and your forefinger, index finger. And we're going to divide it into 3 quadrants, or 3 equal parts rather. And you just got to make sure they're even, because that's going to be the petals of your flowers. Alright, so once you have it just about you think it's even, you're going to squeeze down and turn one way and turn the other way. And you just make sure, oopsie, don't let go. And you're going to fold one down one way and fold the other one up this way. And then we're going to go like this a bunch of times. That's going to make it a little bit more pliable. And you might pop one. I might pop one even right now. It's kind of feeling tight. And then what we're going to do is push them together and twist. So I'm going to push that together and twist. And you'll have something that looks like that. Okay, the more even you make the sections, the more even your petals are going to be. All right, so once you have that, real simple now, you just glue up your 2/16 to whatever length you like. And all we're going to go ahead and do is you stick your finger into where the nozzle is, okay? And with your other fingers, you're going to grab that nozzle, all right? So I'm going to grab it, and then the way you get your fingers out is by pushing down on your thumb and your middle finger. Shh. Thank you. So you push that on you with your thumb and your middle finger, and then you pull it out, okay? If you lick your finger as well, it comes out a lot easier. But once you have that, you're just going to go ahead and twist it. And then it's going to hold. This is what it's going to look like. Alright? And all you have to do now for this is you pull up here on this piece, you go between the flowers. Oops, it just came out. Let me just do it again real quick. You pull up, and you can twist your balloon. And by twisting it, it helps you get it right, snugs right in between. Came out again. No, it did not. Hey, this is what happens when you're really balloon twisting. So, well, like I said, go ahead and pull it up and around, and then you just straighten your petals out once you have that locked in, like that. Now, if you want it to be facing you, you just go ahead and twist it. Make a 1-inch bubble, so you're going to go ahead and twist it, and always making sure you're twisting the balloon in the same direction. You're going to fold it down, and when you do, you make something called the ear twist. You're going to pull up on this bubble and twist it. And now it's actually facing you. Very easy, very nice. You could do, like I said, a whole bunch of these for a bouquet, but they're just 6-petal flower. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed the flowers. There's other flowers available that can be done as well. I think I gave you a few different examples. Hopefully you could add them to your columns, to your arches. If this video helped you in any way, please subscribe. Stay tuned. Check out my Facebook at The Amazing Balloon Guy. It's facebook.com/The Amazing Balloon Guy. And alright, I'll see you in the next one.